Oh, hello everybody. This Monday, the 21st of September, 2020. And today I thought, you know what? I'm going back to the black background timeframes or layout, whatever you want to call it, because it looks clean, it looks crisp. So, something interesting. It is here 5:50 Sydney time, and you can see here on the daily chart. This is the volatility index of the S&P. I've just had this open on the candle just here. You can see we've gapped higher. If we pull it to a intraday time frame, just a sec. You can see here this gap, and better seen on a 5-minute. So we closed here at 6:10 on the 19th, and now we've opened at 5:15, 21st, at about 10%, 9% higher. And we're currently up 12%. So volatility looks to be kicking into the market. We had a bit of this spike here earlier in the month, and then we came back down. So are we making a higher low, and will we see volatility push back up towards this previous high, then this one, and then potentially as high as the 85 area or beyond, as we had back in March, Feb of this year when we had that drop in equities. So that's interesting, very interesting. Volatility starting to pick up. Will we see that push back down by the bears, or will the bulls push and drive the volatility index higher, therefore correlating to drops in other areas of the market? 10-year yield, you can see we've pretty much been moving sideways for the last few weeks, and we're currently 4.48% down for the day since we've opened up this morning during the Asian session around 9 a.m. my time, 8 a.m. And you can see here we're potentially pushing down, breaking that daily 50, but will the day end with it broken, or will we get another rejection like we have for many days previous? 30-year, obviously similar, pushing down a bit. The dollar index, you can see we had the sell-off in the dollar and the weakness in the US dollar. And the last couple of months, we've started end of July, beginning of August, we've come down and we've started making a bit of a bottom pattern, potentially. Will this be confirmed with a higher low here, or will we push back down to this low here, the extreme low, make a double bottom, or continue dollar weakness? We'll have to wait and see. If we zoom down into the intradays, you can see the DXY is actually accelerating right now. Since about 5:20 my time, we've had a nice pop to the upside on the DXY. So could this be an inverse head and shoulders? Left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and bullish reversal? Time will tell. Oh, it's the old ones. Well, not old, I still use them, but for today, using the black background. Now let's go to UK oil. You can see we had the sell-off, move sideways. It's been really slowing here can see the daily candles just not doing anything. We had this breakdown, now pullback. So are we going, is oil continuing with this bearish momentum we had here and that just a pullback, or will we see this bounce and continue higher? If we go to the intradays again, just to better see that, you can see right now oil has found some bit of bearish momentum come in. So this is the first trading day of the week. And we go to oil, US oil here, pretty much the same. 445, 250, bang. So will this continue? Oil, when oil drops, I would expect to see energy sector drop further tonight, and potentially the financial sector as well. But things are looking interesting to open the week here. This volatility up 11.4% is good to see, because to be honest, I've been wanting a bit more of a drop in equities as this sustained bullish movement has just started getting ridiculous and stocks are just gone mad. We need pullback to value. Now, go over some currency pairs. Got tagged for the week. Pound CAD short potential. Pound Swiss short potential. Continuations of these trends here on the daily chart. Same thing with pound US dollar. Just you can see the bullish trend in the daily. Failed to make a higher high. Made a clear lower low, previous low. Pulled back to the daily 50 rejection. Will we see it continue south? Gold has been moving sideways, forming in a bit of a triangle there. Silver, similar, starting to break down. And this is what I've been waiting for. Pullbacks in equities, pullbacks across commodities, dollar strength, therefore a pullback in the dollar as it's been bearish the last few months. So dollar strength, most things, because they're impaired against the dollar, will sell off, some more than others. And you'll see there's things that are stronger and the things that aren't so strong. And you go to crypto, here's XRP against the dollar. What do we have? Started double top, lower low, high, lower high. So we're now in a bearish daily trend. And most of crypto is all very similar. You can see clear lower low, previous low, lower high, previous high. Ethereum, we had actually a higher high here rather than double tops compared with Bitcoin and XRP. But now clear lower low, breakdown, tracking this daily 50. Will we see it continue to break down, retesting this weekly and potentially monthly 50 EMA? Sorry, this is Ethereum, not Bitcoin. But yes, it was correct what I said. Litecoin, same thing. Lower highs, lower lows. ZRX, same thing. IOTA, same thing. BAT, same thing. Lower lows, lower highs, which is a bearish trend. ARK, similar. So across the board, all very similar. Move to indices now. This is Dow Jones, hasn't opened for the week yet. This is an old thing I had drawn in back last year. Actually, I've been tracking this for a while. These are my potential correction regions after a full 5-wave Elliott count. And you can see the last couple of weeks we've had these bearish closes, and making this lower high on a daily chart. So right now, very interesting. Is this a head and shoulder pattern here too at the top of a bullish run, which is the best form of head and shoulders patterns for a reversal? So left shoulder, head, right shoulder, bullish trend at the very end, potentially. So will we get this further correction, weekly 50 as low as monthly 50 and beyond? We'll find out later tonight. Nasdaq, now this is pretty clear. You can see we had this bullish trend and now making lower low here, lower high. Will this further confirm tonight? Breaking below these lows and continuing to the downside. Weekly, monthly 50 MA targets. S&P still holding that area like the Dow Jones, but similar bullish trend, high, low, potentially lower high. If we break down below this support tonight, that to me is confirmed. Nikkei, you can see it's still holding this 20 EMA, the daily chart, forming a bit of a wedge here. You could potentially suggest. You can draw that in, but we won't for today. China, this had a high here and we've failed to even reach back to there. So are these lower highs now? And are we just consolidating, forming a bit of a in this squeeze range, and will we break lower or higher? Find out. Nifty 50, this is India, similar. They're all so similar, the guys, some stronger than others. This is UK. UK is very, very weak. UK index, as you can see here on a weekly time frame, massive lower low. We couldn't even reach back up here like a lot of the other indices near this previous high back in January. So lower high, are we now falling over to retest this area or go lower? Euro stocks. Oh, this is pretty convincing what I'm seeing right now. That sort of bearish open on a Monday, that's not good if you're a bull. As you can see, we had the high, clear lower low, pull back, lower high, and then we just moved sideways, failing to push higher, holding this 0.618 Fibonacci region, and now we're starting to break down. German DAX, much the same. High, clear lower low, pull back, now breaking to the downside. This could be it, guys. This week will be very interesting. This is XJO, Australia, same thing. Toronto, Canada, same thing. Clear high, lower low, lower high. We get this further confirmation. And the stock market futures, which right now it's breaking down. So I like what I'm seeing, because when you trade, you make money whether the market goes up or whether the market goes down. And you sit in liquidity, cash, other things. So that way you are mobile. You don't really get so much attached to what the market is doing. You just ride the waves, basically, whether the waves go up or down. Nimble, mobile, unemotional, just calculated decisions and just bits of profit here and there that add up. So that's it for the indices. That's really it for now, guys, because to be honest, all these sectors here on the right hand side, as you can see, my mouse is, they're all pretty much the same as what we've seen here in the indices. Some are weaker, meaning we had the sell-off, and now they've pulled back and they're sitting around their weekly 50s or maybe a bit higher or lower. The stronger ones have made new highs or are back at these tops. So, but in terms of price action, they're all pretty much the same. So I'm not going to go through them today. Actually, let's touch on a couple. Energy, very weak sector energy. This is XLE, Spider ETF, which is one of the largest in volume, largest in assets, like total amount of money within the ETF. So you can see the sell-off, pullback, very weak, hasn't even reached the 50-day weekly moving average there. Almost the 0.618 fib, and now it's being sold off. There's another one. This is a Vanguard version, pretty much exactly the same. Chevron and ExxonMobil, which make up 20% of each of these ETFs or thereabouts. Also showing pretty much exactly the same price action. Financial sector, pretty weak as well. Excuse this, guys, I haven't looked at this layout for a while. So I've been using the grey background, but same thing, clear high, lower low, pullback, rejecting here. Will we see this continue? This is financials. I currently have a position to maximize from a drop here because, yeah, when you see this sort of price action and you match that with the fundamentals to make a clearer picture, you place your bets accordingly. Technology, QQQ, clear high. Last couple of weeks we've started to get a bit of a sell-off. XLK, which is just another one, pretty much exactly the same. And the Vanguard one, same thing. If we look at some of the companies, the major companies within it, Microsoft, pretty much the same price action, clear high, lower low, previous low, lower high. If this continues here, then that to me is confirmed that this bullish trend is now over, bearish trend has begun. Amazon, oh yes, this is confirmed, I would say, unless we have a bounce off this weekly 20 and come back up here, double tops, lower high. But for now, at least this week, next couple of days, bearish. Apple, very similar. Google, breaking through. Facebook, breaking through. Tesla, potential lower high. Let's find out tonight. It's looking like it. We are definitely getting nice bearish candles showing that the bearish pressure is coming in. Uber, nothing really there yet. And last but not least, Netflix, similar to the others, breaking through the daily, double tops on a weekly, holding this weekly 20 EMA for now. So guys, let's see what happens in the rest of the week. But currently it's looking like equities will have some more bearish movements, volatility rising, fear and greed, as of when it closed Saturday morning my time, was at neutral. This last week was up in the 58s, 57s. A couple of weeks back it was in the extreme greed area. So this is starting to drop off, which you'd expect when equities sell off. If we look at the positioning of the big dogs, you can see 10-year futures, They're still a little bit bullish, but backed off a bit the last few weeks. So will this roll over and 10-year yields continue lower? I'd expect so because, to be honest, the reserve banks cannot raise interest rates. They're in too much debt. 30-year bond yield, very short here, massively short. They're hedged. Oil, net long, backing off the last few weeks. It's still net long. S&P, still net long. Just, not very big numbers though. As you can see here, these little green increases. Euro dollar futures, very bullish on the euro against the dollar. Everyone's expecting the euro to continue bullish against the dollar. And it's shown here, massive long positioning. Net longs in gold, very similar, backed off a little bit, came back the last few weeks. Nasdaq, now look at this, last week and the week before. They're currently net short 80.9 thousand. Nasdaq 100. Russell, net long. Net shorts in the US dollar, as you'd expect. VIX, volatility, net short as well. So, will we see some of these change around in the next couple of weeks? That'll be very interesting to see. But for now, guys, that's all from me. Hope you enjoyed this. Till next time, take care and be smart. Take care. Goodbye.